Tony Flexon for Seconds Out here with Joyce. This may be the first time we've interviewed you on camera, I'm not sure. I know obviously we've done some written stuff before on the Seconds Out website, but we're here obviously to announce, or it's just been announced, that you've signed a co-promotional agreement with Frank Warren.
Yeah.
What makes this the right time in your career to make that step?
I think it's crucial. Like I'm getting on a bit, and I'm also getting onto that title level. So it's great to have Frank and the Queensbury team to really spearhead my my next couple of fights.
Looking at what Frank did with another well-known Olympic silver medalist in Amir Khan from the start of his career, is there a part of you that thinks, having seen how you've been treated so far, I wish I'd have done this from the very start of my career? Because we know Frank was interested, of course. Yeah,
I mean, I think I had a good start with David and Richard Schaefer, who later became just Schaefer, and getting my exposure out in the US, and now come back to the UK, and still Schaefer's there, and they're doing a joint deal with Frank Warren. So I think it's a good experience, and I've been on all networks in the UK and the US, and got about a bit. So now it's good that I'm having a base here, and I have a really good experienced promoter to really get me in some big fights, and I'm on the verge of world title level, so I'm good to go.
Are you looking forward to the other fringe benefits of that as well, in that you're going to get stopped in the street now, people are going to recognise you a lot more, you're going to be on TV in the UK a lot more? That's all got to build into a decision like this, surely?
Yeah, no, it's great news to and that's what I want, to get more exposure and get myself out there to not only boxing fans, but the general fans, and get my because I'm from the UK, so I need to have like the support from the UK, and I thought that I was a bit out of it in being in the US, so it's great to get a base here and start getting into some big fights.
And it's an opportune time as well, because as your manager's alluded to up on the stage, Anthony Joshua's next fight's in the US, Tyson Fury's next fight's in the US, Dillian Whyte's over here, although there was rumours it might have been in the US. So there seems to be a bit of a void for a heavyweight to step in. Is that fair?
Yeah, and that's where I come in and be the... Oh, yeah.
Frank's abandoned you already. It's a bit worrying, but... Yeah, so is it an opportune time to be kind of a heavyweight based in the UK, because some of your more established heavyweights aren't basing themselves here at the moment?
Yeah, I think they'll follow me. I went to the States first, and now I'm back in the UK to build myself here. But, yeah.
You kind of alluded to this up on the stage already, but what, in your decision to leave Abel Sanchez in California to come and train under Adam Booth in London, how much of it was based on location and wanting to be based back in the UK, and how much of it is you wanting to change your style to an extent?
I think it's a bit of both. Like, it's great that I'm back here and I've got my base, and I'm not divided between two faces. And I think Booth's style is, something that I wanted to, I wanted to do more pads and more technical stuff. Whereas Abel has its technical elements, but it's a lot of conditioning and being durable and manage it, and also getting real snap and power into your shots. So it's good to it's a good experience for me, and I like Abel and I respect his methods, and I did enjoy myself training out there, but I think now it's time to be based here, and because I'll be getting into bigger and bigger fights that I've got a technician in Adam Booth to take me forward.
When you decided you did want to be based over here, what was it that made Adam Booth stand head and shoulders above the other trainers? Because I'm sure there would have been a lot of interest in training someone of your calibre.
Mm-hmm. I think he's like the best in the UK, and I think actually it was also advised from David that he'd be a great guy to teach me some stuff. So it obviously did him really good, because David is like about his career, and what he did is elusive head movement and
Sharp twitch, explosive combination.
Yeah, that's exactly what I need. I don't need to be more slow motion than I already am. I need to like hit the fast forward button, get me moving a bit quicker.
I got the impression with Abel Sanchez that very early on he decided what you were. Yeah. And maybe that's why he didn't look so more into the technical improvements, because he decided, I've got this big physically gifted guy, he might not be the best technically, but I'm going to work on his strengths. Yeah. Whereas Adam Booth maybe gives you the opportunity to work on some of the things that you'd like to improve. Is that fair?
Yeah, and a bit more freedom to become to have more options and more arsenal to than just to be plodding forward and be using my size and strength. What I already have is quite good to have more technical approach.
You talked about the other heavyweights following you by going out to the US, obviously tongue-in-cheek, but it seems like Triple G has followed you in also leaving Abel Sanchez and Big Bear. What's that all about? Any insight on that?
Yeah, no, I don't really know, because I hadn't seen him come back into camp. I think he came back in and left, and so I knew something was going down, but it's unfortunate that they've split on like bad terms like that, and I think it was to do with money. So
moving swiftly on. It seems now you're signed with Frank. You're going to make your debut on the Stevenage show, which we're all looking forward to. After that, it'll be a test, I would imagine. Is it fair to say it might maybe not be Daniel Dubois, despite what the board announced yesterday? Now you're with the same promotional team. There might be time given for that to build.
Yeah, I think that would be an accurate estimate. I mean, my plans it's obviously an option, and it'd be good to be in a big fight because that's the plan in July, to have a big fight. So Daniel Dubois is an option. There's Manuel Char. There's Agit Caballel. So there's plenty of options for me moving forward.
It's very strange to have someone who's mandatory contender for the domestic title, or the European title, and a fringe or a regular world title, whatever we call it. Yeah. How have you ended up in that position, I guess, is the question.
Well, the last fight with Stavern bagged me the gold belt, so that's like one step under the regular, which is one step under the super belt.
But if your team still asks for you to be considered for the European and domestic belt then, because normally once you're at that kind of fringe world level, you'd stop getting kind of purse bids ordered for you.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe because I've had so few fights that maybe it's still like options. Still doors are open there.
It's almost like, a really, really good novice, like getting it to enter the under 10 bouts as an amateur or whatever and just destroying everyone, isn't it? It almost seems like you've got an advantage, but I guess in terms of like freshness and pro experience, you are a similar level to the likes of Dubois.
Well, yeah, I'd think I'm a bit ahead of him, but...
Yeah, in terms of who you've beaten and so on, but in terms of number of fights and number of rounds boxed and stuff as a pro, like on paper...
Yeah, so on paper, that's probably why it's still a consideration. Yeah.
You obviously feel you're ahead of Dubois. When that fight eventually happens, do you think experience will be the key factor, decisive factor?
Yeah, ring craft and experience, psychology, and I don't know. Yeah, I think I've done a lot more. I've had an extensive amateur career, and also pro. I've been moving quickly, and my trajectory is a lot steeper.
Does that kind of change a little bit now, though, because you have moved incredibly fast as a pro so far? Now you're with Frank, you're going to have a run out in May. Or is it June? No, it's May for Stevenage. Yeah, and then July, obviously, at the O2. And the world title seems to be, to an extent, tied up at the moment. So is this kind of a part of your career, especially with a new trainer as well, where you can kind of, just take your time a little bit now?
Well, yeah, for this next fight, it's kind of a bit of a learning fight, and learning to, because it'll be my first fight under Adam Booth, so it's like a demonstrate, like a practice run. There we go. Yeah.
So it's like, because you have moved so fast, I guess there has to be an acceptance, not just from the fans, but I guess from yourself as well, because you're very ambitious, that you might have to take a few steps back, at least in the short term, to get to where you want to be, because you can't, if it is a new trainer and a new promotional company, you're not going to be fighting for world title straight away, it's fair to say.
Well, it depends what's in the deal.
Are you giving us an exclusive? What is in the deal?
What would you like to know?
Manuel charge, you like? Yeah, no.